Hi, my name is Dr. Todd Rowe, and I'm here today to talk about the homeopathic medicine Kreosotum, or creosote. Before I start, I'd just like to say that nothing in this material is meant to diagnose, cure, prescribe, or treat any illness. Please consult your homeopathic practitioner for treatment options. Kreosotum is derived from beechwood trees, and it is the distillate from those trees. Often it's been confused historically with the creosote bush, which is Laurea tridentata, which is a whole different remedy. The abbreviation for this remedy is Kreos, K-R-E-O-S, that you may see on homeopathic medicine bottles. This remedy is mostly used to treat yeast infections. It's probably our #1 remedy for yeast infections. It also can be used for treatment of teething problems, nausea and vomiting of pregnancy, bladder infections, coughs. And people who need this remedy are often quite irritable and stubborn or obstinate. And particularly in kids, they can be very capricious and wanting one thing and then the next. The discharges with this remedy tend to be very excoriating and corrosive, and this is particularly true of the vaginitis. Often the mucous membranes become very inflamed, and there can be passive hemorrhage or some mild bleeding associated with this remedy. The discharges tend to be very offensive with a rotten odor. And typically the symptoms with this remedy are worse on the left side of the body from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and during both menses and pregnancy. Also, they typically are better from eating warm food. This can be a remedy for headaches, which typically are worse during the period. And there can be pains in the face that are shooting that extend into the jaws. There can be a lot of lacrimation or tearing of the eyes that can be excoriating, like the remedy AMCH. There can be excoriating discharge from the nose as well, and chronic nasal discharge. It's a useful remedy to consider in teething of infants, particularly when there's a lot of offensive odor to their breath, or when there's a lot of gum problems, gingivitis, and canker sores. It's one of our main remedies. The teeth can come in prematurely, or there can be lots of cavities or caries of the teeth in children. It seems like the teeth are just difficult and tend to cause all sorts of problems. Also, it's one of our main remedies for toothache during pregnancy. You can use this remedy for nausea and vomiting of pregnancy or morning sickness, particularly when food is vomited about 2 hours after eating. And it can be a remedy to consider for bladder infections when the urine is very offensive. The main indication, though, as I mentioned, is for vaginitis, with this corrosive discharge that's offensive and burning, with a lot of itching and swelling of the genitals. And even the period can smell offensive and be excoriating. There can be offensive coughing up of mucus that can be somewhat bloody, and involuntary urination, losing one's urine on coughing. Often there is sleeplessness accompanying these complaints, and there can be fairly strong itching and even excoriation of the skin because of the offensive quality and excoriating quality of the discharges. You can compare this remedy to arsenicum album, or white arsenic, phosphorus, or the remedy sulfur. You can order this remedy at orders at amch.org, or you can sign up for our acute care course, which will teach you more about this remedy and other remedies, at acutecare@amchoh.org. Thank you very much.